This is a tutorial to show how to do the bobble stitch here. This is a sample I've done, and this is a 3-stitch bobble, this is a 4-stitch, a 5-stitch and a 6-stitch. So I will start off with the 3 first. So I've only got 13 stitches here. I'm doing 3 across the row. So the first one, we're going to knit into that stitch, but don't take the stitch off the needle, leave it on the needle, and then bring your wool forward to purl. Do a purl stitch, keeping that stitch on that needle, on your left hand needle. Put the wool to knit, and then do a knit stitch. So that's 3 stitches you've made out of 1 stitch. So you're going to take the second stitch, that's your first stitch there. Take your second stitch. You might have to lift those stitches with your fingers, because sometimes the needle won't go through them. It's a bit hard to get through. You're going to take that second stitch over the first stitch, like that. And then the third stitch over that first stitch. So that's your first bobble. Then you're going to knit. Well, I'm going to knit another 3 stitches. And I'm going to do the same again into that next stitch. We're going to knit 1 stitch, keeping the stitch on your left hand needle. Purl the next stitch. Same again, keeping that stitch on your left hand needle, and then knit the third stitch and take that stitch off the needle. And then we are going to take that second stitch over the first stitch, and then the third stitch over the first stitch. And I'm going to 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do it again for the last time for the 3-stitch bobble. So it's knit 1, keeping the stitch on your left hand needle, purl 1 stitch, and then knit that last stitch, and then take the stitch off the needle. And again, you probably have to lift this, some of the stitches you probably have to lift with your finger, because it's a bit difficult to get the needle through. And take it over the first stitch, and then take the third stitch over the first stitch. And then knit. And then you just purl across the next row. And then when you've purled across that row, push the stitch through from behind to get it to stick out at the front. You can see it's not very big, the 3 one is just a small little bobble. So that's the 3-stitch one. I'm going to knit another couple of rows, and then I'll show you the 4 bobble one. So that's a 3. Now I'm going to do the 4. 2, 'so we're going to knit 1 stitch as before, keep that stitch on the left hand needle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you knit and purl and then take the stitch off. So you start with a knit and then do a purl, then a knit, then a purl. And then we take the second stitch over the first stitch, third stitch over the first stitch, and then the fourth stitch over the first stitch. And then I'll knit 3 more stitches. And then we do the next one. So that's the needle in and knit 1 stitch. Keep the stitch on your left hand needle. Purl the next stitch. Knit the next stitch. And purl the 4th stitch. And then drop that stitch off the needle. And then you're going to take the second stitch over the first stitch, third stitch over, 4th stitch over. And I'll do another 3 stitches to the next one. So you're going, it's knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl the 4th stitch, and then take that stitch off the needle. And as before, first stitch, second stitch over the first stitch, third stitch over the first stitch, and then the 4th stitch over. And there you can see the 3 bobbles a little bit bigger than the other one. So I'll now knit another couple of rows and do the 5 bobble stitch. And there, to better look, you can see the 4 stitch, and I'll do the 5 stitch now. Get some wool out. A couple of stitches. So now we're going to do the 5 stitch one. So it's you keep that stitch on the left hand needle all through the 5 stitches. So the first stitch is knit, second stitch is purl, third stitch is knit, 4th stitch is purl, 5th stitch is knit. Then you can take that stitch off the other needle now. And like before, you pass the, you're going to have to lift that stitch. Pass the second stitch over the first stitch, the third stitch over the first stitch, the 4th stitch over the first stitch, and the 5th stitch over, and that's that bobble made. You do 1, 2, 3, and I do that again. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and take the stitch off the needle. It's the second stitch over the first stitch, then the third one over, the fourth one over, and then the fifth one over. Another 1, 2, 3, and then do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then take the stitch off the needle. That's 1 over, 2 over, 3 over, and 4 over, knit 1, 2, I think that was 5 over, not 4 over. So there you can see the larger bubble there. Now I'll knit a couple more rows and do the 6 stitch one. And there you can see the 5 stitch bubble there is a lot larger than the 4 one and the 3 one. So now we're going to do the 6 one. So I'm going to knit the first 2 stitches, and then we're going to knit 6 times into the stitch without taking that stitch off the needle. So it's going to be knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. That's knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. And then we're going to take those 5 stitches over that first stitch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm going to knit 1, 2, 3 to the next one. So it's knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, and then take that stitch off the other needle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to knit 1, 2, 3, and then into the last one, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. off the needle with that stitch, and then take the next 5 over that first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then knit the last. Oh, I haven't put that wool over the other side. I'll have to take that needle off onto there. Take it over there. That's it. And then knit those 2. So that's the 6th stitch. I'll knit across that row and show you the finished thing. So that is all 4 of the bobbles done. Blow that up so you can see better. And as you can see, you just get a small one for the 3. It's a little bit bigger for the 4 and a bit bigger for the 5 and then the 6th one. Now when you do these bobbles, you do have to press them through from the other side like that, because they tend to stick on the other side. So you just stick them through like that and pushes them to the front. So there are other ways of doing it, but I think this is the easiest way for anyone who's just learning anyway. There are other ways where you knit all those stitches what I showed you, then you turn the work and you knit across those stitches. If this is a 6, you turn the work and knit across those 6 stitches, then turn the work again and knit across those stitches again, and then do what I did, taking the 2 over 1 and then 3 over 1 and 4 over 1, 5 over 1, and that you do it that way. But it takes a lot longer to do it that way. So if you like this tutorial and would like to see more sometime, thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all some other time. So bye for now.